It's wrong for me to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, considering I'm also...
Is your mattress giving you aches and pains? At Mattress Firm, our sleep experts can match you with a more supportive mattress, like Sealy Posturepedic, with targeted support to help relieve those nagging aches. And right now, get a king bed for a queen price. Mattress Firm, we make sleep easy.
There are home runs, and then there are blasts. Blacata! This year, when a home run is blasted over 420 feet, Mountain Dew Baja Blast is on us. Welcome to Club Baja. Here's to a season of blasts on the field and Baja Blast at the ballpark.
When we hit the pothole, I was worried we'd be stranded for hours.
And our lives would revolve around the pothole. I'll use my credit card to order 50 philosophy books.
The pothole. It's deep.
Candy, no.
Oh, get out.
Shoot. But that never happened. Thanks to the Geico app, help arrived in under an hour.
It feels good to get help fast. It feels good to Geico.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda. Take the road trip you've been dreaming of with an efficient new Honda. Turn heads with unmistakable style and sport-tuned suspension. All from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $239 per month lease or 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V all-wheel drive LX.
From sauce to dust to nuggets. Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets. No, they don't come in mild. That would make like 0 cents for the name. Or the whole explosion thing we just did. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Ooh, that new Cologuard Plus test.
Now I detect 95% of colon cancers, similar to colonoscopy.
And he's non-invasive. 10 out of 10.
The Cologuard Plus test is not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider or request Cologuard Plus online.
Hyundai starting lineup for the Phillies, who had their 4-game winning streak stopped yesterday. Alec Bohm was sat yesterday, back in the lineup. Same with JT Realmuto. And Derek Hill, who's already shown off his defensive prowess in this series, back in the lineup and playing right field.
Well, small man, big left arm. You got from CNL Perez. 2-seamer or 4-seamer. He throws it 98+ miles per hour. And with the Mets, he's got 14 strikeouts and only 1 walk so far in the Mets uniform.
His 284th career appearance, his first career start. He'll be the opener today. Kodai Senga's expected to get bulk innings in this game. We'll see how it goes.
And your Genesis Metsy defense, we got 2 firsts on the corner infield positions. It's going to be the first start at first base for Eric Wagaman, and also Mark Vientos. His first start at third base, believe it or not. He's only played 3 innings at first base this year. And then Tyrone Taylor in center. He's off the IL. His 11th start in center field. It's great information with Vientos. I did not know that. Well, I listened to Dave over there far left.
Andy Green got his first win as interim skipper last night. Now trying to win a series before the Mets head off to Toronto to begin a road trip tomorrow night. Trey Turner 2 for 7 in this series. He, like most of the Phillies right-hand batters, has struggled against lefties this year. One of the reasons why CNL Perez is being called upon to be the opener today. Problem is he's had trouble getting Harper and Schwarber out. And Perez's first pitch of the day is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, and we're underway. That first pitch at 96 miles an hour. CNL averaged 98.4 with his sinker on Friday night in a 2-inning stint. The hardest he's ever thrown a sinker in his career. Turner lines one out to left. Back goes Soto to make the grab for the first out of the day.
Well, they're playing Turner to pull. He does like to pull. Nicely done. Soto easily tracks it down. Just makes you feel so good as a pitcher. You give up a bullet coming out of the gate and it's caught.
108 off the bat from Turner. Now it's Schwarber, who's 1 for 6 in this series. After he went off in Philadelphia, the Mets have held him in check. Just one single in the first 2 games. And he swings and misses at a high fastball, 0-1. Schwarber leads the National League in home runs with 29, leads in slugging percentage. Second in OPS behind Juan Soto. And Perez throws a couple of fastballs right by him.
Upstairs. He likes to pitch down more. He's got that one zone swing, boy. You throw him below the waist and let him extend his arms, and he is going to put a hurt on you.
Schwarber is 3 for 6 with a home run in his career against Perez. CNL now 30 years old. Started the year with the Nationals, but he's been better as a Met. And Schwarber able to foul back that fastball.
And we saw last night, too, the infield positioning on Schwarber. Really dead pull. Left and right side of the infield. But not so much in the outfield. Interesting.
While the Philly right-hand hitters have struggled against lefties, their lefties have done great, particularly Schwarber. 10 home runs against lefties this year. And he half swings it and down on strikes. As Perez goes to the slurve. And there are 2 out and nobody on.
All set up with the fastballs. He dropped a little wrinkle on him.
So now a real test for CNL because Bryce Harper is 5 for 5 with a home run against CNL Perez in his career. It's the only pitcher in baseball against whom Harper is 5 for 5 or better. 5 for 8 in this series, including his 43rd career home run against the Mets. That's 7th all time. And he swings and misses at a breaking ball, 0-1.
Didn't start him off with a fastball.
Harper starts the day 6th in the league in home runs, 8th in on-base percentage, 6th in slugging, 4th in OPS. Last year was a bit of a down year for Harper, and Dave Dombrowski made some comments in the offseason about how maybe Bryce wasn't quite the superstar that he once was. But he has certainly proven his president of baseball operations wrong this season. 0-2 coming to Bryce, and he got him. 3 straight breaking balls, and Perez strikes out Harper. A couple of strikeouts of the lefties in a 1-2-3 opening inning. That's kept it down to the bottom of the first with no score.
Mobile became an iconic.
Going once, going twice. Sold. Congratulations, sir. That is a new record.
You realize a JPEG doesn't count as a financial plan, right? Maybe.
Little tapper foul over by the Mets dugout. So the Mets have Wagaman at first with Beatty at second, Bichette at short, Vientos at third. Soto, Taylor, Benj, left to right in the outfield. Welcome back Tyrone Taylor off the injured list. Luis Torrens doing the catching. 0-2 to Marsh. And Myers deals. Swinging a foul, going back to the screen. Scoreboard update, a couple of early ones from Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal of the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of a Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Orioles on a 2-run homer by Pete Alonso lead the Nationals 2-0. Bottom 1 in Baltimore. 0-2 to Marsh. The pitch. Swing on a liner the other way. Softly hit. Slicing foul. And that's going to bounce into the seats to the left of the third base dugout. So Alonso now 19 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Just the production you'd expect from Pete. Right at the halfway point of the year. Texas won, Toronto nothing. Just getting underway in Toronto. Jack Peterson led off with a homer against Shane Bieber. Peterson's homered in 4 of the last 5 games now. 0-2 to Marsh. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 call. Actually a split that floated over right at the top of the zone. And Tobias Myers has his first strikeout.
Kind of looked like a little 12-6 curveball there, the way that dropped in.
Sure did.
That's almost a dangerous pitch to throw, that hanging splitter. That's probably why Marsh was so surprised by it, stood there frozen.
So the catcher, J.T. Realmuto, will be next. He had the afternoon and early evening off yesterday. Batting just .204. First pitch over for a called strike, 0-1. He's been dealing with some back problems occasionally. Went on the IL earlier in the season because of back spasms. And as you get on in age, especially when you're a catcher, those things can become chronic. The 0-1 waved at him, missed a split, 0-2. And if there's anybody in that Phillies dugout that knows about back issues, it's their manager, Don Mattingly. That his back not betrayed him. Donnie Baseball would be in the Hall of Fame by now. That might still be someday. Realmuto now, 35 years of age. 0-2 the count. Myers deals. Check swing, pitch down and away. Did he go? Yes, he did on appeal to first. Emil Jimenez punches out Realmuto. And there are 2 men away with Bohm still the runner at first. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tobias Myers. And that will bring up Bryson Stott.
Well, something pretty cool going on right now here. That was we get some help from our friends at SNY. The Mets have thrown 20 pitches today, and all 20 have been strikes. Isn't that cool?
It is for now. I guarantee you that will not continue through the end of the game. Bryson Stott, the batter, takes a called strike, 0-1. Well, what did Ray Miller, the former pitching coach, say? Work fast, throw strikes as a mantra. And he wasn't the first pitching coach to say that. Formerly with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Baltimore Orioles. The 0-1, well, there you go. A fastball high and upstairs and out of the strike zone. And, well, the Mets have their first thrown ball, called ball of the afternoon. And it's 1-1 to Stott. Batting .236, 7 home runs. 1-1 pitch. There's that split. It's low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Mets and Phillies are scoreless. Beginning the second inning here. Actually 2 out in the top of the second with Bohm the runner at first. After which the Mets will go to Toronto in a series with the Blue Jays. Phillies will bus home and welcome the Pittsburgh Pirates tomorrow night. One of their very popular 6:40 start times in Philly. 2-1 to Stott. The pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball over by the Mets dugout on the first base side. It's 2-2.
Makes all the difference in the world, that extra half hour you get back on those 6:40s.
Makes it hard to believe, doesn't it? If you didn't know or you're just too young to remember, really to know. Night games here used to, I say here meaning in New York, used to start at 8:05. Well, with the pitch clock, it's a little better now. 2-2 coming. Hit in the air foul. Third base side out of play. But think about that. Imagine in the era before the pitch clock, last few years before that, Start an 8 o'clock game. There'd be nights you'd get out of here around midnight.
6:40, you could bring the kids, maybe stay for the whole game instead of having to leave early.
2-2, the count to start. Now the pitch. That's the little looper over second, going to fall into right field for a base hit. Bohm will go to second and stop there, and Bryson Stott's aboard with a 2-out single, and it'll bring up Derek Hill. You know, the other thing now about starting games at 6:40, I know the Mets have looked into it, but, for now, of course, they're staying with 7:10 on weeknights. But one of the reasons I think the teams feel a little more empowered to start earlier is because since COVID, so many more people are working remotely and don't have to deal with the challenges of getting home after work and then going to the ballpark. I don't know how much of that actually factors into the decision, but I think at least a little bit. Here's Hill. Takes fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Derek Hill picked up from the Chicago White Sox after Adolis Garcia was injured. Hill has been really good, 10 out of 28 with a couple of homers for the Phillies. Time called by Hill. Game is scoreless here on the top of the second. Bohm the runner at second, Stott the runner at first. Hill, a right-hand batter who batted just .213 with the White Sox. 0-1. Now the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count 0-2. 92 and change out of the hand of Tobias Myers, whose next pitch will be his 20th in his only inning of work. After C.N.L. Perez breeze through a 1-2-3 top of the first. 0-2. Now the pitch. Swinging a high pop foul. That'll reach the seats behind first base. That went off the facing of the second deck. Mets will be away for a week and a day. And after they finish in Toronto and Atlanta, they'll be back here to face the Kansas City Royals beginning on June 7th or July 7th. Here's the 0-2. Fouled straight back. Of course, they really don't need to play the Kansas City Royals until maybe October 7th. But schedule is what it is. Of course, as Madge said, the Mets did try the concept of playing the Royals in October once, and, well,
too soon.
Mets did lead in all 5 games. Another story for another time. The 0-2 pitch, little bit high with a split. 1-2 to Derek Hill. For the uninitiated, that was in the 2015 World Series. 1-2 to Derek Hill. Bohm at second, Stott at first. 2 men away. We're in the second with no score. And Myers ready, the 1-2 pitch. Punched foul again. This time straight back and into section 317, just to our right.
I remember being in Kansas City last year. Sean Manaea was pitching, and some people came in and we were talking about it with the Royals, and they go, yeah, Manaea, he's the guy we sent out to get Zobrist to win the World Series. Oh, yeah, that was against you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, how about that? 1-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner, a fastball. No challenge from Luis Torrens. And it's 2-2 to Derek Hill. You know what? Whatever Derek Hill does the rest of the year, it's going to be hard for him to top the catch that he made to take a homer away from Juan Soto on Friday night. Here's the 2-2. Pulled on the ground to third, right at Vientos. He's got it. Throws to first in time. Side retired. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. Middle of the second. Phillies nothing, Mets nothing. On Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
If
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out.
Last of the second inning at Citi Field with the Mets and Phillies scoreless. It'll be the middle of the New York batting order against the lefty Jesus Luzardo, beginning with Eric Wagaman. Batting cleanup, right-hand batter. First pitch, fastball, low, ball one. One of the reasons is that Wagaman's had a little bit of success and limited opportunities against a former teammate of his with the Marlins. He's 4 for 10 with a homer against Luzardo. And the 1-0 fastball to the knees, a called strike. 1-1.
Wagaman went to touch his helmet and then brought his hand down, so he will not challenge that strike call. He would have been wrong if he challenged it, by the way.
Here's the 1-1. That's lined in the air to right. Hill backing up a couple steps, makes the one-hand catch. And there's one out. And now Francisco Alvarez will step into our fifth batter spotlight, brought to you by Key Food. Look for all of your favorite products at your local Key Food, and their family of supermarkets. Alvarez trying to break an 0 for 12 drought. He's had half that total of at-bats against Luzardo in the past without a hit. Francisco batting .250 with 8 homers. He's the DH today. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball, sweeper in for a called strike, 0-1. Mark Vientos, the on-deck hitter. Luzardo works quickly. The 0-1 pitch just missed the outside corner, a fastball at 95. And it's 1-1. Phillies shift the outfield around towards right against Alvarez. And the 1-1 missed outside again with a fastball, ball 2. Luzardo has pretty good control. 93 2/3 innings. He's only walked 30. Nothing wrong with that. 2-1 pitch. Fastball. That one does hit the outside corner. And now it's 2-2. Alvarez turns back to say something to home plate up Mike Malinsky. And apparently those words were timeout. It took a while before Malinsky put his hands up to indicate the timeout. But Alvarez is already back in and ready to go. So here's the 2-2. Fouled back to the screen with his typically big cut. Apple Bank, where saving meets amazing. Apple Bank's a proud partner of the New York Mets. Visit applebank.com to learn more. Beautiful day here at Citi Field. Some of that cloud cover breaking. A lot more blue sky overhead. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short, and a couple of steps to one-handed is Trey Turner, and he throws to first in time. 2 men away. We'll pause for station identification.
This is Odyssey Mets Radio on WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Howie Rose, Keith Rad with you at Citi Field. 2 out, nobody on, last of the second. Phillies nothing, Mets nothing. And here's Mark Vientos. Right-hand hitter with power. And the first pitch. Fastball over a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Vientos going to challenge.
He's pretty good with these challenges. Let's see how this turns out.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, by a couple of stitches, right?
0.1 inches. That's pretty close. A good challenge, you're right.
I'd like to know his record. Are they keeping that?
We can find that for you.
I'd like to find that. Here's the 1-0 to Vientos. Taken outside, ball 2. See, the propeller heads would have that in an instant. I wouldn't even know where to start looking for it. StatCast, I guess, Fangraphs, Facebook. 2-0 to Vientos. Hit on the ground to second. Moving to his left start. He's up with it. Throws to first in time. Side retired.
Our friend requested the answer to the question.
Huh? Nothing across at the end of 2. It's the Phillies nothing and the Mets nothing. On Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Whether you're on the go or at the ballpark, T-Mobile is built to keep you connected wherever the game takes you. With America's best network, you know your phone is going to work, even in a crowded stadium, for instance. If you lose track of your friends after a long seventh-inning stretch, one quick message and a shared location later, you'll find each other without missing the next pitch. And you can upload the video of the game-winning hit and share it before you even leave your seat. And on the days you can't make it to the ballpark, streaming the game on the go feels just as electric. No buffering, no interruptions, just every moment as it happens. Find out how baseball hits different with T-Mobile at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Fastest based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data of national speed score results for the second half of 2025. Best based on analysis by Ookla of the speed test intelligence data for the second half of 2025.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
In this business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first bid to final.
Speaking of answers, we've got one about Mark Vientos and his challenges as we go to the third inning with the Mets and Phillies scoreless, Keith.
Yeah, Howie, you were right on it. Tobias Myers facing Justin Crawford. First pitch, in for a strike with a fastball, and it's 0-1.
Well, we've got to give John Heyman credit, too, because we were having lunch together, and we're talking about various things around the Mets, and John suggested as well that he says, Vientos is real good with challenges anyway.
0-1. Crawford, the lefty, grounds one to first. Wagaman, 2 hops to his right, fields about belt high, jogs to the bag in time for the first out. So the list of the number of total challenges won, this is not the percentage of challenges right, but the number that has been won. Vientos, with that win before, is now 4th in baseball. Sal Stewart has 20. The next guy, Jose Altuve, has 14, so that puts Stewart in another echelon.
It's a 4th in successful challenges.
Correct. Kevin McGonigal, 12, and Mark Vientos with 12. Here's Trey Turner, who takes a strike with a cutter, and it's 0-1. Now, if you're wondering who has lost the most, that would be Gary Sanchez of the Milwaukee Brewers, who has lost 13 challenges. Turner flew out to left his first time. Pitch. Reached forward, lined over the second baseman. Base hit going into right center field. Benj cuts it off in the gap, flips it in. Turner is on with another hit. Trey Turner, little by little, finding it more and more, hitting .233 for the year coming in, but .350 over his last 10 games. And now with a runner on base, Kyle Schwarber is coming up as we come to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth, proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. Schwarber struck out his first time, but Turner, Schwarber, Harper did not face Myers. They faced Perez. The set and the pitch. Swinging a line drive over second. Base hit going into right field. Benj collects and flicks it in quickly as Turner gets to second. It's a rip single over Beatty's leap at second base. Beatty had no chance at it. He went straight up, and the ball was about 4 or 5 feet over his head. But it's back-to-back one-out singles for the Phillies, and Bryce Harper is coming up. So Tobias Myers, we'll see Harper. That'll be the 9th man that he's faced. So this is officially one time through the order. But he's given up 4 singles already. Of course, he's not given up any runs. Nobody has. We're scoreless top 3. Nobody up in the Met bullpen. Again, it's a Johnny Hallstaff bullpen day. So who knows who comes out next? Runners go. First pitch taken low. Throw is popped out of the hand of Terens, and everybody is safe. Turner goes to third. Schwarber behind him goes to second. So Turner now 16 out of 18 in stolen bases. Schwarber now 2 out of 2. But really the only way he's going to steal bases if he's the back end of a double steal like that.
And you almost wonder whether they had Myers pitch there because they picked the right pitch, a first pitch breaking ball to run on. It's almost like they knew that was coming.
That's a good point. 1-0 on Harper. Pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Taylor backpedaling, has it lined up, makes the catch. Turner tags and heads home. The throw goes to third. Schwarber beats it there. But Turner scores on the sac fly to straightaway center for Bryce Harper. And the Phillies have taken a 1-0 lead. So that steal immediately, and the double steal, of course, but the steal to get Turner to third sets up the out for a run. So now runner at third base and 2 outs. Myers trying to limit the damage. Alec Boehm is coming up. The first 15,000 fans at the July 11th game at Hummin' against the Boston Red Sox will get a replica Devin Williams jersey courtesy of Hyundai. Tickets go to Mets.com/tickets. Right on right, pitch to Boehm. Ground ball hit down to third baseline, past the diving Vientos, base hit, going into the left field corner. Schwarber scores. Soto fishing it out of the corner, fires in. Boehm in standing with a 2-out double. It's a big hit right there for the Phillies. And it was right on that first pitch. So they have been putting the ball in play big time against Tobias Myers, and it's been working out.
Yeah, I think you have to wonder if the Phillies have his pitches or they're on to something.
It's the 4th outing in a row for Tobias Myers, who the Mets now trail 2-0. 4th outing in a row coming back up from AAA where there have been runs, multiple runs. Now here's Brandon Marsh batting left. Infield is back. Myers head on a swivel, delivers. Marsh takes outside with ball 1. Yeah, Vientos playing third base again today. Has not played third base as a starter all year. He's lately filled in a couple times now that Marcus Semien is out. Brett Beatty's having to play second base. But that ball got down the line. He didn't really have a chance at it on a dive. The 1-0. Marsh fouls it back. And the count 1-1 strike. There is no Lindor either today, so there's a whole lot more movement on the infield. Lindor is off because of the return from the calf injury. He has played one game and then they had the off day and played Friday and Saturday, so a back-to-back, off today. He'll be in there tomorrow in Toronto. The 1-1 to Marsh. Missed up high with a splitter. That's 2 balls and a strike. But really the Mets have been trying to figure out Tobias Myers, who came over in the Freddie Peralta deal as a really great weapon. Kind of a Huáscar Brazovan-esque player where you can use him in different roles, but there's no doubt he has been getting hit. The set and the 2-1. Marsh fouls it back. That's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The league in the month of June, since he's come back, hitting .423 against him. He was sent down because of a May where they hit .293 against him. So the runs have been coming against Myers, who is, Mets have seen it, has pitched really great. Pitched against him in the wild card series in 24 and was excellent. Boehm at second, 2 outs, 2-0 Phillies. Pitch. Missed up high with a splitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Marsh, who struck out his first time against Tobias Myers. That was when Myers was throwing nothing but strikes. As a 2-2 count, JT Realmuto is on deck. 3-2. Here comes. Pitch popped up, soaring foul and out of play toward the lower seating bowl downstairs, and stays 3-2 on Marsh.
A little flashback listening to Mike Malinsky, the home plate ump. Little league umpires very often would bark out the count because there's no scoreboard on a little league field. Ump wants to keep everybody apprised of the count. And Malinsky, it gets to 3-2, and he barks. 3-2.
Love it. He's wearing the Sunday baby blue top, as every umpire should on a Sunday day game.
You bet.
2 outs, runner at second, 3-2 pitch. Marsh fouls it off again. And it's out of play. I grew up in Valley Stream, not far from Fireman's Field. We were close enough to that field that had about 4 or 5 softball fields, and you'd wake up on a Saturday or Sunday and you could hear umpires and the sound of the ball hitting the bat. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm sitting here today, because I grew up with these sounds. Well, that's the best part about hearing the umpire. Sounds of the game. 3-2 again. Marsh lines one to right field. It's another hit against Myers. Boehm coming in, rounds third. He scores standing up. Bench fires in. 3-0 Philly. All three in this third inning. It's a 2-out, 2-strike hit for Brandon Marsh to bring in Bohm. And here goes Justin Willard to talk to Tobias Myers, who is still trying to find himself in this 26th season.
Sorry, Keith. I'm going to be very interested to see when, if Kodai Senga gets into this game. Because, I would have figured if there was going to be a bulk guy today, then maybe it would have been Senga, if only because they kept him on the roster. From anything I was able to glean, there was no conversation with Senga or his representatives about perhaps accepting a demotion to the minor league. So he's here and in the bullpen, but he's not, he's not there just, taking up space. He's going to have to be used sooner or later. But you would think that they want to give him a clean inning if they get him into this game anyway. I doubt you would see them bring him in the middle of an inning. I'm just curious, if he doesn't get up in one of these next few innings, then you just got to wonder what the deal is. What's he doing here?
There's JT Realmuto. Throw to first. Marsh back in with a dive. So first disengagement during this plate appearance. And I do wonder, too, because, of course, we can see the bullpen. And Senga has pitched in relief before. That was in the 24 NLCS against the Dodgers. But I'm sure his warm-up routine would take a while. We'd probably be seeing that for a couple innings. Pitch to Realmuto. Swing and a miss at a cutter. And it's 0-1. So that is the biggest change for Kodai Senga. And Andy Green talked about that today in his pregame press conference today, is that the expectations on him change. It's not as if he was going to be the guy to go 4 innings. Throw to first again. Marsh back with the dive. So Myers has used both disengagements. But for Senga, the plan is in flux. But as Andy Green said today, he could turn into a 1-inning shutdown reliever like he was in that first inning against the Cubs on Tuesday when he's throwing 99 miles an hour. 0-1. Drops low. Miss with a fastball. That's 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was strange, wasn't it? How dominant he was in that inning, and then that dominance and largely his effectiveness disappeared just as quickly as it arrived.
That was very, very strange. Marsh off first with 2 outs, the 1-1. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. And just hearing from him, his comments on Tuesday, they asked him, because the second inning was pitch usage-wise so much different than just straight fastballs, and he said, well, as a starter, you don't want to be one-dimensional. Well, it was working.
Dance with a girl that brung you.
3-0 Philly in the third. 2 outs. Runner goes. 1-2 pitch. Skied to center. Taylor in, freezes. Now jogs back a couple steps. Makes the one-hand catch to end the inning. But the Phillies scored 3 times on 4 hits and leave a runner. We go to the bottom of the third at Citi Field. 3-0 Philly on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Want to stay cool?
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
When you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. It kind of feels like having the TV on in the background when you're home alone. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good.
On a Sunday afternoon, we go to the bottom of the third inning at Citi Field. It is 3-0 Philadelphia Phillies. Just scored 3 against Tobias Myers, so Phillies have hit a couple times. Meanwhile, the Mets 6 up and 6 down. Haven't had much of an answer for Jesus Luzardo. First swings for Taylor, Beatty, and Terren, 7-8-9 against the lefty. Now, Tyrone Taylor's first game back from that hip flexor strain. First pitch, a little bit low, missed with a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Taylor went on the IL after that Cincinnati injury. He was running up the first baseline trying to beat out a ground ball. That was May 25th. 1-0, rip foul toward the netting down third. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So he is back. He is in the fold. He's able to get in there as a righty against the lefty Luzardo and give A.J. Ewing at least this portion of the game off. The 1-1. Lined over third. Base hit going into left field. Taylor takes a big turnaround first, but Marsh gets to it quickly and fires in. So Tyrone Taylor into the lineup and onto the baselines here with the first Mets hit of the game. Brought to you by Hudson Honda, where bad credit is no problem. Get approved fast and hit the road. Visit HudsonHonda.com today. So now Beatty, Mets chasing 3, bottom 3. Beatty at 212, 3 homers and 26 RBIs. By the way, Taylor, before he got hurt, hitting at 186. So he's on it first. Luzardo staring him down. Pitch. Beatty takes a little bit high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Now, if you looked at the Mets this season and guys like A.J. Ewing getting in there, and sometimes even Jared Young, they'll play a lefty against a tough lefty. But Luzardo's splits this year specifically have been better than ever before. Mike Malinsky calling for time, waiting for Beatty to get set, and Luzardo looked at him too quickly, so just a brief pause in the action. But the splits, any manager would stack as many righties as possible against Luzardo with what he's done this year. The 1-0. Ground ball back to the mound, off Luzardo's glove. He fields, throws to first for the out there. Taylor goes to second. It deflected straight up and then straight down. Luzardo grabbed it, and his body language looked like he wanted to throw to second still, but he made the wise move to throw Beatty out at first. So that gets Taylor into scoring position with 1 out.
You know what, though? If he doesn't touch that ball, there's a pretty good chance Trey Turner is going to field it cleanly, step on second, and double up Beatty going to first. I think Luzardo might have been as upset about the fact that he did touch it as he might have been had he not.
Now, Mets, who had nothing going on, now have a runner at second and 1 out for Luis Torrens, who is 2 for 8 with a home run lifetime against Luzardo. Torrens, a right-handed hitter. First pitch. Swoops in for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And swoops is the operative term for that sweeper. Lefties this year have hit 198. They have 3 walks, a double, and a homer. That is it. That's all lefties have done all year against Luzardo. 0-1. At the knees, but a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Real Muto, though, thought it was a strike. So he is challenging. And it was at the knees, so it is 0-2 on Torrens. So the long and short of it is lefties have hit 198, virtually no power, no walks, no nothing. Righties have hit 273 with a 778 OPS, so you have to stack the righties against Luzardo. The 0-2. Torrens fights it off foul to the right, and it stays 0-2. Carson Benj is who's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Luzardo said he's thrown just 35 pitches. Very efficient. A look at second, another look, and now the 0-2. Missed outside with a sweeper. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The sweeper is a pitch that was taught to him by Phillies pitching coach Caleb Cottom. A little bit different than the slider he used to throw. This one is a lot filthier than the slider that was not. 1-2. Ground ball hit to third. Bohm to his right, Fields. Looks the runner back, slings it across, and gets Torrens by a half step. So that's the second out of the inning. Taylor stays put, and Carson Benj is coming up, and the Mets down 3-0. Don't miss Weird Al Yankovic at UBS Arena on July 11th.
He's still around.
And
wow.
PNC Bank Arts Center on July 12th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. They keep making songs. He's going to keep making parodies off those songs, I guess. Pitch to Benj, outside, 1 ball and no strikes. But I'm with you. How old is Weird Al?
I don't know, but I mean, 40-plus years ago when MTV started, he was already doing stuff.
Weird Al will turn 67 this coming October.
Oh, he's a child.
The 1-0. Bench takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Well, if he's a child, what does that make me?
Goo Goo Gaga.
Which is, I think, probably a Weird Al song coming up in that show next month. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nasty left-on-left sweeper, and it's 1-2. So Bench, talk about lefties being limited by Luzardo. He had a soft ground out. The guy behind him, a lefty, Juan Soto, also had a soft ground out. Luzardo is having a really nice second season in Philly, his 8th big league season overall. 2 outs, 2 strikes, runner at second. Infield back. Luzardo fires home. Pitch foul back and out of play. And it stays 1-2. So Andy Green sat A.J. Ewing, but did not want to sit Carson Bench. He was just so impressed yesterday by that hit against Kyle Backus, the lefty. We talked about it when he came up. Weird slot, sidearm, and he had a base hit against him. The 1-2. Bench fights this one off foul. That was 99 miles an hour from Luzardo, and it's 1-2. So all the talk about the sweeper and that split changeup he throws, and oh yeah, it's 97 to 99 from Luzardo. Former third rounder out of high school by the Nationals in 2016. Never actually pitched at the big league level for him. 1-2. Bench cuts and misses. Sweeper, put him away. That is methodical from Jesus Luzardo. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left in scoring position. We go to the 4th. 3-0 Philadelphia on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Whether you're on the go or at the ballpark, T-Mobile is built to keep you connected wherever the game takes you. With America's best network, you know your phone is going to work, even in a crowded stadium, for instance. If you lose track of your friends after a long 7th-inning stretch, one quick message and a shared location later, you'll find each other without missing the next pitch. And you can upload the video of the game-winning hit and share it before you even leave your seat. And on the days you can't make it to the ballpark, streaming the game on the go feels just as electric. No buffering, no interruptions, just every moment as it happens. Find out how baseball hits different with T-Mobile at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Fastest based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data of national speed score results for the second half of 2025. Best based on analysis by Ookla of the speed test intelligence data for the second half of 2025.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available.
The 4th inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID.
This is Odyssey Mets Radio on WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
First pitch at the top of the 4th is across the zone with a splitter for a called strike 1 on Bryson Stott. First pitch delivered by Tobias Myers. 3-0 Philadelphia alongside Howie Rose. My name is Keith Rad. Brian Heyman from Newsday is hanging out with us here in this 4th inning. For next pitch, Stott fouls it back. And the count 0-2. So, Brian, changes of foot here at Citi Field. What are your impressions of the new manager, Andy Green, here on day 3?
I like what I see so far. I mean, he's tried, he's trying to foster an atmosphere conducive to winning. I mean, you need more than that, but it's a start. He's gone around trying to build relationships with the players.
0-2 is fouled back, stays 0-2.
I had a chat with A.J. Minter this morning in the clubhouse, and they had breakfast together, I think maybe yesterday, and he's asking A.J. about his family and his life, and I think that's a good thing.